Hello viewers, welcome to my channel All Things Spiritual. Today we will discuss the topic on starting your spiritual journey and how long it would take to attain your goals. So the basic question is, I'm starting my spiritual journey. When could I expect to attain my spiritual goals? So the answer basically depends. You could attain enlightenment the next minute, or it could take years and years for you to get there. Most people take several decades of constant meditative practices to reach their end goal. Now, what would be the reason for such a big timeline for the general population to achieve mastery over their egos? The main reason would be attributed to attachment to things, relationships, all that you could see around you. That you may be considering yours may in fact create an ego bond with you and the objects of attachment. It may be as subtle as getting lured by simple pleasures like having a gossip with your colleague, and it could be more complex like harming an individual. The main cause of attachment is attributed to the fact that the self gets identified with the body and the ego and then forms an association with the body, and then he or she sees self through the ego and identifies all else as separate from him or herself. This false notion of the self as the body is far beyond the reach of man to be able to realize. The person thinks of all that belongs or associates with the body as his or hers, and that all that is apart isn't his or hers. Due to this false assumption by the person, he or she ends up with suffering and eventually begins to question the basic aspects of his nature as to what and why is the suffering happening to him or her. Since you're watching the video, I would tend to assume that there may have been a triggering point to your suffering to which you might end up questioning suffering that you experience. If you question it deep down, the suffering boils down to the body mind, as the person is viewing suffering from their body mind ego viewpoint. The best way to get out of such a suffering and attachment would be to question who am I, a topic that I am very fond of to discuss, but I'll cover it in detail in another video. So seems like we drifted off slightly from the topic which we were discussing earlier. The main reason a person isn't able to detach is an inability to practice or embrace detachment. This is viewed as the main obstacle towards serene and fulfilled life. Many other spiritual traditions identify the lack of detachment with continuous worries and restlessness produced by desire and personal ambitions. We may enter into this world and may either succeed or fail in our endeavors. This basically sets up our expectations. If you are lonely, you may need to have a partner to spend your life with. If you have a partner, then you may plan to have one or two kids so that they could support both of you in the future, and then you may also need a home for your family, and then your kids will grow, and lo, you see, you might be working for their needs, and so this doesn't stop. And finally one day you'll collapse and then you'll come back again to do the same thing. The other main reason for such a slow progress in this area of your life would be due to the fact that we are not searching for any outside object, but the subject. This is so near and dear to us that basically is such a part of us that it cannot be identified by touch, smell, taste, or any other faculties that we have been provided to sense things around us. The necessary state is that which is supposed to be a state of pure being would only resonate with the subject, subtracting the ego of the individual. This is pretty easy to put in words but absolutely hard to be in. The other reason would be attributed to the fact that there is grace that's needed to walk backwards towards yourself. A guru in such cases is the best judge of a disciple and could initiate him in a particular direction so that the disciple, through his various learnings and mistakes, finds the path that is most suitable for the disciple to attain liberation. By the mention of the word guru, it's not necessary that the guru may be present in front of you to achieve your goals. A guru may be formless or might have met you in a past birth and you might have already been initiated. It could be just that you may not have a direct contact with him in this life. For an attained guru, there would be no bounds of time and space to provide you with spiritual insight. He could go back and forth in time and would be able to modify certain parameters of your life so that you don't go astray in your worldly life. I would personally attribute the last criteria as being the most important one for your spiritual growth. However, we have to be very cautious when we go in search of a guru. I will take a separate topic of finding a guru and what it would take in a separate viewing. There are a lot of commercial gurus that have no relationship to your progress but are here just for their spiritual business to flourish and would ask you for a donation to their trust. It would be just a waste of your time as it won't get you anywhere in your spiritual pursuits. For those who haven't found their right guru, I would suggest finding yourself through meditative practices. This would include watching your thoughts and then slowly and steadily moving forward until you achieve total stillness of mind in such a way that not even a thought may produce a ripple in your mind's ocean. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. I know there are many topics that I need to cover in my coming videos, which I would do eventually. For now, please do comment about any questions that you might have regarding meditative practices and also let me know about your meditative practice. Thank you.